Hey y'all. Hey Cajun. I'm gonna give everybody just a few minutes to come into the room. And I know I'm going live during the debate. So, I know a lot of people watching it, but whatever. I'm kind of like, I don't know. Hey George. Hey Helena. I'm that I don't know. I'm just over a lot of stuff they be talking about right now. Yes, I'm here, Cajun. I'm here. But let me see. KRT said, "Are you watching the BS debate?" No, I was just talking about that. Hey Scott, hey Little Rock, hey Topaz, hey Mario. But I was just like, hey Pilu. People said you're not missing anything with the debates. Y'all, I'm so like over it right now. I'm kind of like checked out. Like I just can't sit there and watch like a whole hour and a half of it. Like my brain just won't allow me to do this. So therefore, I'm gonna catch the highlights tomorrow. Hey Edward, I'm gonna catch the highlights tomorrow. And then after that, like as it kind of narrows down, I'll start back kind of talking about the debates and stuff like that. But hey RBR, welcome. Hey Boom Boom. Hey Neil. I actually am a little tired, Johnny. I was trying to play it off and also trying to come in here and not say that, like either. But thanks for pointing it out for me. um But yeah, y'all. So that's why I really haven't been doing like any updates or anything like that on the debates. Hey DJ Moss. But hopefully everybody is doing well and out to a good start this week. Whatever. So but other than that, I'm good, y'all. But I'm going to go ahead and jump right into this topic because at the end, I'm going to take some call-ins. Hey, Dale. Y'all have been getting on my nerves. Oh, y'all have been asking me about this call-in. RhondaMary, do a call-in show. You need to do a call-in show. So I'm going to do call-ins at the end. So if y'all want to call in and discuss the topics that I'm talking about tonight, then I'm absolutely cool with it. And I look forward to talking to you guys. Hey, flat out elected. But this will be my first time. So we'll see how it goes. Like even the system that I'm using, I've been trying to ask some other YouTubers like for recommendations and stuff like that just to see what's up. But I don't know. We'll see. So stay tuned. Hopefully y'all call in the way y'all been acting, okay? And then also, since a lot of people are watching the debates, I'm like, I might not have as many people tuning in tonight. So this might be a good time for me to kind of like test this out and see what's going on without too many people being in here. Okay? So we'll see. We'll get to that in a little bit. But oh, and I see they finally caught up with Hunter Biden too. But and so I was watching it on the news not long ago, some of his interview or whatever. Thank you, Mario. But all right, y'all. So your boy Helena said he crawled right back on his rock right after. But first of all, so your boy LeBron James came on out of hiding I don't know why I just picture like the management just pushing him out, like, go get on out there and say something. Just fix it. Like the people are, they're asking. They want you to say something. Just try to damage control. You know what I mean? So anyway, but let's take a look at the video real quick, just in case. Just in case y'all haven't seen it yet.
We all talk about this freedom of speech. Yes, we all do have freedom of speech, but at times there are ramifications for the negative that can happen when you're not thinking about others and you're only thinking about yourself. So I don't want to get into a word or sentence feud with Daryl Morey, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand, and he spoke, and so many people could have been harmed, not only financially but physically, emotionally, spiritually. So just be careful what we tweet, what we say, what we do. Even though yes, we do have freedom of speech, but there can be a lot of negative that comes with it too.
So you do notice now, financially was the first thing he said, like people can be harmed financially. I mean, physically, spiritually, and emotionally too. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, that is so funny, man. Wait, y'all, I gotta watch it on the phone. Hold on. Gotta go back. Physically, I mean, financially, I mean, emotionally too. I mean, it could hurt people spiritually,
We all talk about this freedom of speech. Yes, we all do have freedom of speech, but at times there are ramifications for the negative that can happen when you're not thinking about others and you're only thinking about yourself. So I don't want to get into a word or sentence feud with Daryl Morey, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand, and he spoke, and so many people could have been harmed, not only financially but physically, emotionally, spiritually. So just be careful what we tweet, what we say.
Oh, that part break me up every time. I mean, crack me up every time. All right, let's look at his tweets. Let's look at his tweets from today. He said, "Let me clear up the confusion. I do not believe there was any consideration for the consequences and ramifications of the tweet. I'm not discussing the substance. Others can talk about that, right? My team in this league just went through a difficult week. I think people need to understand what a tweet or statement can do to others. And I believe nobody stopped and considered what would happen. Could have waited a week to send it. Now, I'm not super up on basketball. I don't know what the heck is going on. So I don't know why he's implying that another week would have helped or changed the situation. If y'all know, can you please let me know in the chat? But first of all, I'm not discussing the substance. Others can talk about that because, like, that's an easy way to deflect, right? It's like you saying something caused a problem, but I don't want to really address what you said. I just want to address that you said it. Then in his interview with the press, he says that the man was not educated. Now, from what I know, Daryl Morey, I think that's how you say his name, basically tweeted out and said, basically something like, I stand with Hong Kong, like, as you fight for your freedom. What is the uneducated part about this? And so it's very clear and it's very evident to me that is a polite way for LeBron to throw dude under the freaking bus. Like, he wasn't really educated on it, y'all, so he really shouldn't have talked about it. So, like, are y'all, like, do y'all represent freedom of speech or do y'all not? And this is my thing. I personally, this is my personal opinion, I do not believe, okay, he said because he was in China this week. Okay. I personally do not believe LeBron should have spoken up about this. I don't, like, if you're not versed, which he admitted to this. In another interview, he was like, honestly, at the time when all this happened, I was not educated. I feel like, me and the team, the players, it really wasn't up for us to say anything. I agree. Like, I agree. If you're not versed on a topic, you don't have to speak on it. You don't have to have a position on it, or you can let people know, well, I'm not really informed on that, so I don't have a position. So personally, I don't think LeBron should have said anything. My gripe with this is not necessarily with LeBron and how he came out, saying anything and how he's looking, because we obviously know he's uneducated on the subject. My problem is the owners, the management, the PR team. They hyped this man to go out there, probably because of y'all. I told y'all love these celebrities. Y'all love these entertainers talking for y'all. Entertainers are not leaders. Celebrities are not leaders. Well, now I feel kind of bad saying it, right? Because he was like, he did that little press conference when the lady was like, shut up and dribble. And he was like, I'm more than a basketball player. Okay, LeBron, cool. But anyway, so my thing is, I feel like the owners was like, oh my God, this is making us look bad. We need to do damage control. Everybody's asking for LeBron James' thoughts on this. LeBron, get the heck out there and just say something. Just fix it. Make it look like Daryl Morey didn't know what the heck he was talking about, and just do it. And so that's what LeBron went out there and did. The problem is now LeBron looks hypocritical, right? Because y'all are totally freedom of speech, the NBA. That's just how I talk, Cajun. If it don't apply, let it fly. But, and you made me lose my thought. Dang, what I was about to say. It makes the NBA look hypocritical, and now it's making LeBron look hypocritical, because it's like, oh, any other day, NBA, pro-justice, pro-social justice, pro-freedom of speech, pro-for the people, pro-where the free black men are. You know what I mean? The NBA. And now, but when it comes to this, you hush mouth. Or you kind of shrinking into yourself. You know what I mean? You don't have that same attitude like, I'm more than just a basketball player. Now it's like, well, I think he was uneducated on the, I think he was uneducated on the subject. Nah, say it with your chest. So more than anything, to me, this looks like a really bad reflection on the freaking NBA. I remember telling people during the whole NFL and Kaepernick thing, I was telling people, man, that people were like, this whole juxtaposition between the NFL and NBA. Oh, they just turning them to slaves over there at the NFL and all this. And I'm like, dude, that the only reason the NBA is doing all this social justice stuff now is because it's control opposition. It's a market opportunity. Literally. It's the same thing. Y'all remember when Gillette did that screw up with they did the commercial and it went viral and people stopped buying their stuff or something like that? It was another company right after that. No, was it Gillette or was this a watch company? Y'all will remember what I'm talking about. But I think it was some company right after that did like the opposite campaigning of what that company was doing at the time. Like, bam, you losing people, we'll scoop them up. So why not look It's still organized sports. You have, competition. So why not? Bam, y'all losing customers. Let us look like the preferred sports organization. That just makes sense. It's marketing 101. That was a smart move for the NBA. It made money. It made sense. The NFL is losing money. Let's look for an opportunity to use it. Social justice is hot right now. You know what I mean? It's hot. It sells. Let's do the opposite of what they're doing. So, what people don't understand about that, I just don't get. And the even crazier part about it, I was like, dude, when the Papa John's dude, the CEO, whoever he was, when he was like, look, y'all need to get y'all players in line because you messing with my bottom line. I'm losing money. I'm one of your advertisers. Everybody went crazy. Y'all lost your wigs. Edges were snatched. People were mad. People were boycotting. Everything. What's the difference? What is the difference? Somebody explain it to me. LeBron just said the same thing for a lack of better terms. You never considered how this was going to affect the rest of us financially. You never considered that. Your actions is impacting us financially now. It's the same freaking thing the Papa John's dude said. Y'all letting this get so out of control. Okay, now it's starting to affect my bottom line. It's literally absolutely no difference at all. It's the same. So if people are going to hold them to that same standard, don't be hypocritical, don't be biased. And I feel like the best thing for them would have been to LeBron should have just told them, or he just should have just said, look, I'm American and I know what's going on in America. And I just can't speak on this further. Or whatever. You know what I mean? But now you look hypocritical. You look hypocritical. I posted that in China, okay, Apple and Google literally just deleted an app that was helping protesters in Hong Kong, avoid the police or find corrupt police or something like this. But everybody's bowing to the dollar. You know what I mean? And me personally, y'all may find something wrong with that, but I don't expect entertainers to be leaders. I don't expect entertainers to not have a price. I don't put those expectations on them like other people. That's why I did the video about the Gucci thing. Gucci Mane collaborating with Gucci. It's to be expected. This is what happens. We've seen this time and time again. They have a price. So you have China that's literally these people, a freaking communist country, okay? You have these jail systems are so bad over there. I highly doubt anybody in the American system, and y'all know I do not cape for this justice system, okay? But I highly doubt they would want to trade places with the people in China. These people are having their organs taken without their permission. They're going missing. They can be basically kidnapped by their government. All kind of crazy stuff going on in China. And if you know anything about that, even if you don't just outright fight or protest, you have to at least acknowledge, nah, that ain't cool, bro. So I feel like the upper management really put LeBron in a lose-lose situation. You know what I mean? The only way I feel like he could have avoided people feeling how they feel about him right now was to totally like deflect, right? Because you painted this picture as I don't just dribble, I'm more than a basketball player. And then when it comes to social justice issues, now people are going to hold you to that standard. And so you failed and you gave critics the chance to look at you hypocritically. All right. I don't subscribe to the shut up and dribble thing. I think athletes should be able to talk. I don't think we should look to them as leaders, but you should be able to talk, say what you want to say, have the beliefs that you want to have. I believe in freedom of speech, regardless of your job title. But people are when you speak, people are going to look for those hypocrisies. They're going to look for it, especially when you're on their type of platform and you're trying to create you being this leader in people's minds. So people have to be careful with that. And us watching as the viewers, I tell people to be weary of looking up to these people for their opinion. So if you have a shut up and dribble mentality, you really can't hold LeBron to any standard. You know what I mean? Because y'all are gonna just look for something to say the moment he did something wrong anyway. So I'm just like, be consistent. Everybody. From the viewers, the management, the players, be consistent. Pick a position and stick with it. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's just not what we see here. But I told y'all, man, I said watch over these next couple weeks. It's about to be so much China butt kissing, man. So much China butt kissing. And we know at the end of the day, these people do what makes sense. And money makes sense. And they're going to do what butters their bread. So if there's social justice at the time, they're going to do that. If it's shutting the heck up at the time, they're going to do that. And that's what we see happening now. And so, we'll be watching to see like what happens, but it's just funny to me watching it happen in real time because people, these organizations from Apple to Google to Nike to the NBA, y'all try to create yourselves as this like moral authority, like this superior authority, like, oh, you know, we're the good guys, we're the good company, we're the good organization. And then like you do stuff like this. I don't know. Thank you, Cyborg. But all right, y'all. So let's move on to this other topic. I'm gonna briefly talk about that, and then we're gonna do the call-in. Helena J said China has its hands everywhere. Like, that's so crazy, man. That's so crazy to think that one tweet could like create this much drama. That is crazy. Just imagine how much power that is, though. Like, it's weird and it's scary, honestly. Like, that one tweet is creating all this drama. And I don't know if people really realize how freaking significant that is. Like, regardless of how you feel about this situation, just the amount of drama that it's causing is like unheard of. But the power of social media, you right, Rico. VA Supercar said, unfortunately, China owns the NBA and Nike. It's just so eye-opening to see. Exactly, man. It's so eye-opening. It's so eye-opening, and it's undeniable now, man. It's undeniable for anybody to try to deny like what we see going on right in front of us with our own eyes. People trying to really make this like a partisan issue, and I'm like, it's not. Like, this is just, to me, common sense. You know what I mean? Like, if you know what the heck is going on in China, regardless of how LeBron addressed this, if you know what is going on in China and you know what is going on in Hong Kong, you would not have called that man uneducated for that tweet. You would not. But all right, so let's talk about your boy. For real. So this man came out in a bubble dress. Where my people up north at? Y'all still wear bubble jackets and stuff up there during the winter? Hey, Levon. So, right. Helena said, I laugh because Lord Ingram said, shut up and dribble. People flip. China says it and he listens. It was still hella rude. Like, even that video that I posted on my Instagram where the lady was asking James Harden and Russell Westbrook a question. And she was asking them a question, and they were getting ready to say, one of them was getting ready to say something, and then the representative was like, oh no, we answering questions about basketball only. I'm like, since when? First of all. And second of all, how dare you interrupt them? Let them speak. If they don't want to address it, let them say it. So to me, this whole difference that people are trying to apply between, the NFL and the NBA, it's imaginary. You literally had that lady sit there and say, oh, interrupted them. Nope, we are addressing basketball questions only. Okay, then. So what that mean? What does that mean? Translate that for me. We addressing basketball questions only. Shut up and dribble. Y'all see what I'm saying? I'm against it like all the way around. Don't make it different now. It's no different. That lady cutting them off and not allowing them to speak. We're only talking about basketball now. Translation, shut up and dribble. But anyway, so this your boy. Occasion, I love Judge Joe Brown. I follow him on Twitter, and I love his content, what he be talking about. Such a upstanding guy. They won't even get a man a blue check mark. I'm sure because of the stuff he talks about. They probably shadow ban him, I'm sure. But extremely bright and thought-provoking. So if y'all are not following Judge Joe Brown on Twitter, make sure you do so. But all right, child. So this your boy, for real, on the new cover of GQ, the new masculinity issue. And he has on a bubble coat dress. Is what it appears to be. And honestly, believe it or not, me personally, I'm more concerned about the title of the issue than what the heck he has on. Okay? I know sometimes people like to well, it is all happening in one thing, so I don't really want to say conflate, but I do think there are some complexities to these type of things. Okay, so y'all know I have often talked about the feminization of Black men on my channel. I talk about that because I personally believe that it is detrimental. Now, I find it odd that you know, we used to be told, oh, it's just fashion, right? It's just fashion. Guys can dress how they want. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Personal freedom. I mean, what the heck? But then that changed into, oh, we're redefining masculinity. This is the new masculinity. And they told us this doesn't have anything to do with sex. This doesn't have anything to do with sexuality. This doesn't have anything to do with preference. But if you actually pay attention now, you will notice that in all of these articles, even though this is just fashion, and masculinity and femininity are about gender roles, right? Not about sexual attraction. What you'll find if you actually pay attention to the articles, the interviews, these conversations always end up talking about sexuality. Every single time. They always end up tying these things back to LGBTQ. So it becomes bigger than fashion. So they lied to us. Now, I know people don't really like to. I notice that some people get offended when you talk about agendas. They don't like you tying the word agenda to this. So I want to explain for the record, for anybody that may be in a room and may be watching and don't understand why people refer to this as an agenda. We refer to it as an agenda because not only because of what I just explained to you guys. Well, actually, it's for several reasons. But probably most importantly, I just lost my thought. That's not important at all. Yeah, what was I about to say? The reason people refer to this as an agenda, I'm going to come back to my thought in a minute. I can't remember the original thing I was about to say. But for several reasons, right? Defining the new masculinity, for all intents and purposes, we know Pharrell to be a straight man. He's married. I believe he has children. Not only that, but Pharrell has always been different. Always been different, okay? It has not been uncommon for us to see different free-spirited people in the arts, in the media. Think Michael Jackson. Think Prince. I don't particularly remember, I don't recall, y'all let me know if I'm wrong, people checking Pharrell about his masculinity. He has just existed. He has just lived. I thought people have been very accepting of Pharrell, and Pharrell has been extremely successful. So how does how you've been and existed now today turn into defining masculinity? Like, he addresses this in an article a little bit. But to me, it just really gets really confusing. And I've told you guys, if you want to make anything real, right? If you want to validate anything, you put black men as the face of it. All right. You telling me that challenging the new masculinity, you have several gay men out here, but you choose a straight man. You have several, no, let me take that back. You have several, well, gay men and feminine men that might not be the norm for masculinity, and they don't grace the cover. But you choose for all intent and purposes for real for shock value, okay? Trying to make a point. Anytime you want to do this, you put black men as the face of it. Not only does it validate the struggle, right? Because if anybody's struggling, has to be a black person. But black men have literally become the face of transgenderism, which also comes up in this article that he does. And I've questioned statistically how representative that is. Every single time transgenderism is brought up in the media, did y'all see the freaking debates the other day? It's the black man turned woman that is kind of like the face of this. Dang, I just remember what I was gonna say earlier, and I just forgot again. Ooh, I need some blueberries and some crossword puzzles. Another part of the agenda, because all of this is a progression, right? So think about how I just told you how everything went from, oh, it's just fashion, to, oh, we're redefining masculinity, to now, redefining masculinity. Oh, well, maybe you're transgender, maybe you're queer, maybe you're this, you're that. Anyway, do y'all remember? It wasn't that long ago. Your boy said he should use this as a parachute, right? Do y'all remember it was not that long ago where when you had the Martin Lawrences, the Eddie Murphys, the Will Smiths, the Kevin Harts dressing up as women on TV? Do y'all remember that era where it was happening like all the time? Do y'all notice that it's kind of like faded out because it's not even needed as much? And at the time, you had a lot of people worry, like, this is an agenda, this is an agenda. And literally, here we are, like 5-10 years later, and those movies are not even necessarily as popular or as necessary, I would say. But so we went from highlighting these people, watching these people, to now the discussions have totally changed into this. So it's at the forefront of the music. It's at the forefront of the entertainment. I'm like, you don't even need, even the comedians. Do y'all remember when Instagram first popped off and first was popping, and you had all the comedians dressing like women to get attention and get their followers up and stuff like that? Sure, you can just watch the real thing these days. But anyway, so I want to tell y'all about what this reminds me of. What we're seeing in art and media. Y'all have to remember that images are important. I do not believe people would have had the same visceral reaction to this without the new masculinity accompanied with this picture. But we have to remember that TV media, entertainment, all of this stuff, you have people out here really shaping their lives through what they see in images in TV and hearing music. It's a real thing. And I guess I didn't fully accept it was a real thing until recently, because I'm like, dang, y'all, wow, y'all really out here like that. Like, I always talk about how I knew people who were really thinking about trying Molly because of Trinidad James. I really knew grown people all over social media talking about eating the groceries because of Janae Aiko. Like, so y'all have to remember, culture is influenced by media and entertainment. But this is what it reminds me of. And some of y'all may have never heard of this guy. Some of you might have. He was a popular artist in, oh Lord, like the 70s, 80s. His name was Robert Mapplethorpe. And y'all, excuse me, I want to give a disclaimer. You may see some like explicit images here, and hopefully my video doesn't get taken down, okay? But this is just an image search, okay? So close your eyes or whatever you need to do. But this guy, Robert Mapplethorpe, okay, he was a white artist. He was a photographer. Very popular artist, very well known, a white male that was a gay man. And he did this series called the Black Book. Okay. I don't know if any of y'all have ever heard of him. In the Black Book, it was a series of images of naked Black men. And I don't want to show that one. They're showing a little too much, but let's look at this one. So this is just one of them. But somebody said, what have you been searching? No, this is his work, y'all. Yeah, trigger warning, okay? But let me scroll up a little bit. Y'all don't need to see all that. But y'all kind of get the point. Seriously. And this was his work. Like, but anyway, so he's showing everything. And when I say everything, okay? And he will photograph Black men in these very like docile, like very timid, very explorative ways, right? Very I don't even know the words to describe it. But I mean, y'all can see what's happening here. And with these images, it upset a lot of people. And I'm talking about he was all zoomed in, up and in and over their bodies, have them in these different positions. And it's almost as if he is glamorizing them, but also fetishizing them at the same time. And at the time, a lot of people did not take kindly to this because they felt like not only was he kind of emasculating these men, he was fetishizing them, okay? So a lot of people were protesting his work because they feel like it's not fair. And one of the terms that they put this under the umbrella of was the colonial gaze. And basically what that means is how white artists who would have these large white audiences would photograph Black people as other or different for the gaze of white people. And so let's see. So this is one of the photos. But there has been a history of this over time. not even in just the sexual capacity. And I've always said, Black people in general, I'm not talking specifics, y'all, I'm just generalizing. From what the media presents to us, you would think that Black people are so freaking against stereotypes, right? Like we're against them, we hate them, we despise them. Yet we will run out to buy freaking chicken sandwiches till they are sold out. We will, even though historically we have been hypersexualized, okay? We have been hypersexualized literally from the way the slaves were probed and sold on the freaking corner square. You know what I mean? Oh, this will be a good breeder here. But now we have fully accepted and allowed ourselves to become the face of it with no hesitation. Now they don't even have to do it anymore. If that is not an agenda to y'all, I can't make you. I'm sorry, y'all. That's enough. I think y'all get the point. But if y'all can't understand this progression of the media and the entertainment industry and how they have used not only Black people to validate the things that they try to push forward, but also been very keen and hypersexualizing Black people. So now you have like y'all see how a lot of these parades and stuff are going. And you know how people are going to associate these things. And so you are kind of putting this in opposition to the image of, oh, the scary Black man, the big scary Black man. And I even posted a video of Tupac on Instagram today. And he was talking about in the freaking 90s how America is scared of the Black man's sexuality. Because they see us as girl, like, you know what I mean? Like we can't just be normal. And so now the entertainment is continuously finding new ways to attack the masculinity and sexuality of Black men. And I find it funny, right? That everybody wants equality. We want gender non-conforming, but we're always trying to redefine masculinity, not femininity. Never that. We do not redefine femininity. There is not a new femininity, only masculinity. It doesn't make sense. This is a quote that I saw today, y'all. It said, emasculating a population is more effective and far less politically damaging than hard genocide. Emasculating a population is more effective and far less politically damaging than hard genocide. It's no freaking way in the world you can think that the government has all these agendas and this is possibly not one. And let me, because I don't know if I said this earlier, the agenda has absolutely nothing to do with whether gay people exist or not, whether LGBTQ people exist or not, whether transgender people exist or not, or whether people with gender dysmorphia exist or not. That is not what people mean when they say agenda. They are literally talking about how this is now being pushed not only into the schools, the entertainment, the curriculum and stuff like that, not the existing, but it's trying to redefine things that we have always known and we can see with our own eyes to be true. Somebody tweeted today, Dwayne Wade uploaded a picture with his son, his wife, and his baby girl. and was like my girls with like the heart or something like that. And this guy tweeted and he was like, some of y'all don't like the response from Dwayne Wade because y'all didn't have a father growing up, so you don't know what support looks like or something like that. And I told him, I responded, and I was like, if my son wants to do things that may not be typically defined with masculinity, I don't personally have a problem with that. Like, for one, young black boys are freaking good, would be awesome in gymnastics, okay? Let's just get that straight. I went to one of the schools last week and they were doing like this presentation for something that they're doing at the school. And y'all, this little boy came through and was doing these backflips back to back to back on this hardwood floor. And I'm just looking like, y'all don't even know. But anyway, if my son wanted to do fashion or do hair or direct a choir or do other things that some people would generally find feminine, I would not care about that. I wouldn't care. My problem is, this is where I feel like LGBTQ and how they're being presented to us, this is where they messed up with. You started automatically assuming and trying to put labels on people to be queer and to be LGBTQ because of their interests. How is that not hypocritical to y'all cause? To me, that doesn't make sense. You have a parent that because your little boy wants to play with dolls today, you sitting there asking a boy, are you a girl today? Like, what? Anyway, but okay, y'all, let's set up this call-in right now. But so this whole thing with black men, being sexualized or over sexualized, or the face of this or the face of that is not new. And media and entertainment has been doing this for a while, but they're looking for a new way to do it. Okay, let me get this set up, y'all. So you're gonna see how this works. Let's see. And while I'm doing that, Cajun's about to give y'all the number. Oh, let's see. Right, exactly. Dr. Lily said they're not just sticking to their own kind, they are trying to force all of us into sex gender ambiguity. Like, there's no such thing as normal. And I don't speak for anybody, you know what I mean? But I never see these conversations in real time. Like a lot of stuff that be going on social media, I just don't see it in real time. Literally knowing so many people that are LGBTQ, I just don't see people sitting around like having these conversations. So either these conversations are not happening, or maybe they're possibly just not happening in front of me. I mean, it could be, it as well. I didn't finish telling y'all about the tweet. So yeah, I was basically like, if my son wants to do whatever, cool. You know what I mean? As a parent, I'll support that, but I'm not going to tell my son he's a girl. I'm not going to tell my son, or I'm not going to, take my son to a parade where they have adult themes and sexual themes. I'm not going to do that. I'm still your parent. So trying to give these children 100% autonomy over their bodies and their decisions, no, it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Okay, let me see, y'all. All right, y'all. So I think I have the chat set up. We're going to see. Piers Morgan said he identified as a penguin. I had a chat set up. Now, y'all have been asking me to do this. So at least one or two or three of y'all. Yes, Dr. Lily, this is my first one. And I was hoping most of y'all was going to be watching the debates. So, but somebody better call in because y'all been asking me to do this for like 18 weeks. Let's see, he gonna call. But this is my first one. So until somebody calls. Oh, let me. Okay. Oh Lord. Helena said, let me grab my home phone. I ain't know people still had those, Helena. But so while we waiting on the caller, some of the things, the progression of this agenda and some of the things they have included. Because we know how important the family structure is to a positive working community or society. We about to see red pill. I tried it. I tested it earlier and it worked. So I think it should work. But if it doesn't work, people will let me know if somebody tries to call in. But we know how important the family structure or feminine and masculine energy, balanced energy is to the productivity of any society. And so to me, it's really hard, like, for me to believe that people can believe in all these agendas and, you know, this person is doing this and this, you know, the government is doing this. They're out to get you. They're out to do this. They're out to do that. But then it's impossible for them to see this as an agenda as well, the way it's being pushed and promoted. So some of those things that have been included to destroy and challenge the Black family started with slavery, tearing the wife and children away from the men, okay? Removing the man through the new Jim Crow strategy, keeping the Black man out with welfare, keeping him out of the house. The public school system, I just talked about this in my video last week, the public school system and conditioning not only children, but parents to accept the state as sovereign over the household. Try again, Scott. You have to hit #6. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. I can't hear you. Oh, I have my first caller, y'all. Look at me acting so lame.
You do have your first caller. It is Lebron on the phone.
Hey, Lebron.
What is up? But I put it on the earlier feed, you know. This whole emasculation thing is a whole thing of a population control if you're not seeing it from a bigger perspective. And for LeBron, he really made himself sound stupid, you know, because he doesn't know the whole issue what's going on in Hong Kong and in China. So It's all it is about that money and that control. So.
Right, absolutely. Hold on, Levon.
That's all. Oh.
So it's absolutely population control, and people don't see that. I was also going to talk about like, hold on, I'm sorry.
Q&A session has started.
Oops. Y'all, I think I messed something up. Hold on. Levon, can you hear me? Oh, y'all, hold on. All right, let me get it. Let's see. All right, so if you are in the call right now, there you go. Okay, I got somebody. I'm sorry. I think I hung up on Levon. I'm sorry, Levon, if you wanted to call back. But if you are in the call, you have to hit *6. And then it's going to put you into the queue and let me pick your number. Okay? So I'm going to 301. 301. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey.
Hi, this is Pelu.
Hey, Pulu. How are you?
I'm doing great. I was just going to tell you that I appreciate the show. I watch you all the time. And I was just testing your things, make sure everything works, but everything's working fine, so everybody wants to know. I don't got a question right now, but when I get one, I get one. But everything's working, but I really appreciate you, and you're very insightful. And every Tuesday, I can't wait to get on your show and listen to what you got to say. And you're doing a really good job.
Thank you, Pilu. That made my night. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye.
Okay. So, y'all should be able to call in now. I think I fixed it. But y'all, this is my first time, so I'm still like figuring it out. So, but once you call, you have to hit *6 to come in. All right, let's see. We got 614. Hello? Okay, here we go. 614. Hey. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hey.
This is Millicent's mom.
Scott, why are you playing on my phone?
I'm doing what they told me to do.
How are you?
I did have a question.
Okay.
The topic tonight, I really don't have an opinion one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
But my question is, where is your nose ring?
I have a clear one in right now.
Oh.
That's why you can't see it. Sometimes I wear my clear one depending on what I have going on. What do you think about the thing in China, Scott, with LeBron and the NBA and all that?
Well, I'm from Ohio, so I don't like LeBron anyway.
Oh, okay then. Excuse us then.
I don't like China, so I don't really care. And the guy that was wearing the dress, the coat that looks like a dress, I've never even heard of him. That's what I mean when I say the topic of tonight's show. I really didn't have an opinion.
You never heard of Pharrell? Do you remember the whole controversy with the Robin Thicke? Do you know who Robin Thicke is?
I know who Robin Thicke is.
He produced that song with Miley Cyrus, and like people were really offended by the stuff that was going on, and supposedly he sampled the song from, was it Marvin Gaye? Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. I think it was Marvin Gaye, but he's very popular. Well, he's very popular, but he is also kind of a little bit behind the scenes as well. So I could possibly see like why you wouldn't be super familiar with him.
Oh, and the SAG photographer, the white guy.
Scott, be aware of the words you say on my channel. Now, don't get my video removed.
Anyway, I'm white and I've never heard of him either.
Robert Mapplethorpe. So it's crazy because he actually ended up dying from AIDS. And like,
Wonderful.
no, Scott, bye. Bye, Scott.
Okay.
Have a good
Okay.
night.
Yeah.
Anybody else, if you were calling or tried to call, you can call now, hit *6 to get into the queue. And y'all just be mindful. Like, you know, I don't feel like y'all views are a representation of me because honestly they're not, but just be mindful of what you say just for the strength of not getting my videos like banned for like hate speech and stuff. Yeah, he is mainly a record producer. He's very hot on like the hip hop scene and stuff like that, or hip hop, and he's worked with a lot of different people. I think he worked with like Will I Am and all these other people. All right, so I see people calling in, but you have to go into the queue. So you have to hit *6. But if anybody else wants to call. How Born said, I stand with LeBron to stay out of other country affairs. I agree, but you have to stay out and stay out altogether. You can't stay out whilst also pushing your people under the bus. You know what I mean? So I still see people calling in. You have to hit. Okay, here we go. All right, we got 262. Can you hear me? Hello? 262? What'd you say?
So I said, hello, how you doing?
Good, how are you? Who am I speaking with?
Speaking with Edward.
Hey, Edward, how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, no complaints. What's your thoughts tonight on Pharrell or the China thing?
Well, not so much of them specifically, but yeah, what I'm about to say does include them. But I will say this. What these celebrities do, and I really don't have much of a problem with. I mean, what they do and do it well. But I guess my problem is when it affects people in a negative way. That's where the issue comes up with me.
So, like, to what extent? Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you feel like is where they cross the line or where it starts to affect you?
Even as far as me personally, it doesn't really affect me personally because I really don't, idolize any of these celebrities.
Right.
I'm talking about the younger generation who's still trying to find themselves, and they get off on these tangents of whatever it is that they're doing, and it's not beneficial to their upbringing and them being the man or the woman that they need to be in society.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right about that. And that's another thing. Not only is entertainment super impactful on people and on culture, but when it comes to Black people specifically, you have to think about, you have a group of people who, originally got disconnected from their language, their culture, their heritage, their background. And so you have a lot of people looking for things, looking for something outside of themselves. And so a lot of times, we can fall prey to that programming because it's like they're looking for something. So you're absolutely right about that for sure.
Yes, I can agree with that one 100%. I remember when I was, my age, I was in my 20s, started decade, but I'm all right with that. I'm comfortable with my age now. Anyways, I remember back in the day that they showing videos of, guys on 20s and switches on their cars, and I was thinking to myself, wow, I would like to have that.
Mm-hmm.
But the only difference between me and them, what they show, how they got it, I already knew myself that that's not what I want to do. Go out there, and on the corner. You know what I mean?
Right.
I knew y'all wanted to work very hard on those things. I honestly believe at a young age that the legal way to get things.
Right.
So I'm trying to be proud of myself and say that I didn't really fall into those traps deeply.
Right.
So I had to think on myself, if I ever become from a father, first I'm going to get married first, then become a father.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to instill that to my children, that this is the way how you do things.
Absolutely. And people, like, have you heard people, do you remember the show A Different World?
Oh, yes, very much.
And even...
They're young, but yes, I know that.
But even Martin, the Martin Show, and Fresh Prince, and how do you remember how they used to wear all the college sweatshirts or whatever? Mm-hmm. And at that time, it got really popular. Like it made them really interested in wanting to go to college and have the college experience because of seeing those shows. So you have a lot of people that resonate with these things, so it's not unheard of. And so I think we have to be the generation to let people know, okay, either we're going to have to balance what the heck the media is doing and the program they're doing, or we're going to really have to teach these children, like, look, it's strictly entertainment, and y'all have to understand that.
Yes, it's our job in this generation to teach the younger generation to deflect, what they see on TV, because, in my opinion, they do not have the people's, especially, people, the African American ethnicity at their best interest.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I don't know, like, I guess because now I see it so clearly that I be like, how do y'all not see, like, what's happening? You know what I mean? It's always an agenda being propped up, or them trying to push something, push a product, or literally push, like, social engineering. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy. But thank you for calling.
Yes, I also want to say, thank you for your channel very much. I've been following you for many months now, and keep up what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you for calling.
All right, now.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
He gotta be from the South, y'all. When you get off the phone and you be like, all right now. All right now. This is how the old men be down here. You driving down the street, we still speak to each other and stuff. You speak to your neighbors. Speak when you walk past people. All right now. All right now. Oh, man. But all right, did anybody else want to call in before I get out of here? I don't think I saw anybody else in the queue. Helena, were you gonna call? This is exactly how my daddy be, y'all. Straight hand just like that. All right now. Helena, were you gonna call? But we're like Oh Lord, she said her home phone won't work. Helena, do you want to try to call from your cell phone and then you can just hop back on YouTube after we get off? That's fine. That's an option. Cajun told me to hold on. Levon, I didn't mean to hang up on you. I'm trying to get this thing. Dr. Lena said, I'm glad I could be here for the first inaugural call-in show. I know, right? Yeah, like the first time I do something, I'd be like just all over the place. And then when I get the hang of it, it'd be like, okay, then yeah. But yeah, thank you for calling, Levon. I'm still trying to get this thing. Still trying to get it down packed. But I'm going to give y'all a few more minutes. And I'm about to be off of here because I've been on here for a while. Once I go watch the highlights of the debates, if anything interesting happened, I'll probably address it. If nothing interesting happened or nothing I really care about, then I probably won't. All right, we got a 870. Let's see here. 870,
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you clear.
Who am I speaking with?
Jack Newtown.
Hey, Jack Newtown. What's going on?
I don't know. I saw your title, LeBron James and China.
Right. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, I'll say this. I think as America, we need to stay in our own lane. Because we have problems in our own country.
Mm-hmm.
We have civil rights violations.
Mm-hmm.
We have issues dealing with the police.
Mm-hmm.
We have issues with economics.
Absolutely.
We have issues dealing with homelessness, with immigration. Whatever is going on between China and Hong Kong, I hope they come to a resolution. But I think the United States needs to stay out of that one. If anybody were to have to intervene, it would be Great Britain.
Mm-hmm. So do you think how do you personally think about how like LeBron handled the situation considering, after the tweet went out?
Well, I mean, LeBron only handled it the way he can only handle it. I think we need to stop looking up to athletes.
Absolutely.
Deal with these type of situations and have somebody who's more experienced, who is specializing in asking those type of questions and dealing with those particular issues. We have plenty of civil rights leaders out there, male and female, that can answer those questions that they could go to instead of going to comedians, athletes, entertainers, rappers. I mean, their job is to, do what they do. Now, I'm not saying they should not have an opinion, but I think we need to direct those more serious matters to people who specialize in those issues. And because other races don't do it. You don't see the white race having entertainers and comedians and actors representing them. You don't have the Asian race to do the same thing.
Absolutely.
In most cases, you don't have the Latin race, well, except for George Lopez, of course. But
really
having to represent them when it comes to more serious matters. It seems like we are the only race that will put Kevin Hart or T.I. or these people that are Cardi B or Nicki Minaj,
right,
or these people who may not have the expertise or the experience to answer those questions and speak in a way that will make more people understand where they're coming from. So all he can do is answer the debate the best way he can. And I'm glad he's standing by, even though people may disagree with his stance. I know everyone else is attacking him on both sides. And that's fine. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone's entitled to do so. But I will ask those same people who are talking about China this, China that, why won't they give up their iPhones, their Samsung phones, their laptops, their televisions, their clothes, anything in your house is almost 90+% made in China.
You absolutely right about that.
So much, and if we feel like they're doing such evil human rights violations, then we need to give those goods up and buy American.
Honestly, and I think that's a great point that you brought that up. But I actually think a good majority of the people that are coming at LeBron James are kind of doing it from a hypocritical standpoint. It's almost like I got you. You know what I mean? Like especially the people that just feel like athletes should just never open their mouth anyway. Like, it's like, I got you now. You know what I mean? Like you tried to act this way, but now you're not proving that. And I feel like the NBA helped put him in that position, but it also reflects very badly on the NBA because now y'all are looking shifty. Like, are y'all more than basketball, or is it only about basketball? And I think people want them to pick a position. And I mean, LeBron is probably like one of the most hated players, most talked about and most celebrated. You know what I mean? So I'm sure you had a lot of people who couldn't wait for an opportunity for something like this to happen. I think it's unfortunate of him. And if I was doing his PR or something like that, I think I would have found a different way to go about it that didn't make him look so hypocritical. Along with the NBA.
And you know what? America would not have this issue if they would have had Chiang Kai-shek defeat Mao Zedong before it became Communist China. That's what happened. That's where the Communist Party came into play when Mao Zedong, with an army of less than 33,000 men, versus Chiang Kai-shek's backed by the United States and Britain with almost 2 million, and they still got beat.
Absolutely.
By the communists. And like I said again, if any other country that is going to be involved is Great Britain, because, if people look through history of the Boxer Rebellion, in which they had a rebellion against Britain because Britain was pushing opium and their culture and their drugs into the mainland. And even further to some point in history, if you look at it, that they took some of the Chinamen and sent them onto islands and dropped some of them off in Jamaica. That's why you have some of the people there that are mixed, have a mix of Asian and Jamaican in their blood because of the British meddling.
Right.
So if any other country that needs to be interfering is Britain, because they kind of helped cause this problem when they decided to give independence to Hong Kong.
Right. Thank you for calling. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get to this next call. I got other people calling in.
Okay.
But thank you so much for calling. You have a good night.
Thank you, Ms. Rhonda.
All right. Bye. Okay. Hello.
Hey, girl.
Hey, who am I speaking with?
This is Helena.
Hey, Helena. How are you?
I stole my husband's cell phone.
I'm glad he let you use it.
Yeah, because, I really asked. I just kind of went and swiped it. Jason and I have been begging you for weeks, so it's only fair.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
I even tagged you on Twitter, so,
Yes, you did. You be holding me accountable every time.
I'm just glad you finally did it. Real quick, I have been following you for a little over a year. I absolutely love your channel. I share it all the time. I'm trying to get as many people in here as I can.
Thank you, Helena.
And I just think that watching you go on this journey of, I don't even care what party it is, but just wanting to know the truth and wanting to dig a little bit deeper than just what you're being told. I have a lot of respect for that.
I appreciate this so much. Like, you don't even understand. And you have been like one of my biggest supporters, which I have quite a few. I'm not leaving anybody out now, but you are awesome. You've been very, very freaking supportive. You and Cajun and a couple of people, y'all like not gonna miss my live ever. So I definitely appreciate it. Y'all really keep me going, because it can get kind of discouraging with trying to fight the algorithms and having to research my content and stay on top of what's going on, plus trying to have a regular life as well. So I really appreciate y'all.
Anything, all you have to do, just let us know.
Thank you, Helena. Thank you for calling.
Welcome. Hi, Cajun.
Have a good night.
You too, girl. Bye.
Bye. All right. This must be Cajun. I think we say the best for last.
Hi. How are you doing, Rhonda?
Hey.
My name is Angela, and I watch you not every day, but every time I have the chance, and I love your show.
Thank you, Angela. I appreciate it. I
really appreciate the light you shine.
Thank you. Y'all know I'm so sentimental now. Don't be calling saying all these nice things. Y'all know I be like a little punk when it comes to the good stuff y'all be saying. But thank you so much, Angela.
What you do and how you just tell it like it is.
I try, girl. I try. But all right, thank you for calling.
Keep up your good work.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
All right, Cajun, were you calling? Because Cajun playing. Let me see, did Angela hang up? I'm still somewhat trying to learn how to use this thing. Okay. All right. Here we go. Got Cajun coming in. Cajun, you got to hit *6. Cajun, you got to hit *6. Oh, there you go. Hello?
Am I on?
You're on.
I'm on? You finally got me?
Y'all, this is the man right here. Cajun, before you say anything, I know everybody in this room, I want to make this clear. I know everybody in this room rocks with me, y'all, but I'm real legit getting sensitive right now, okay? But I ain't gonna let it happen. I'm gonna keep my gangster. But Cajun has been rocking with me for the freaking longest. He has been so supportive. I'm telling you, this man is not going to miss a live, not going to miss a video. Like, I think he was probably like my first moderator ever. Like, Cajun, you are so awesome. I thank you for being supportive. Like, I can't even, like, you don't even understand how much that means to me. And y'all probably might be like, this girl's just being so extra right now. But when you are a content creator, or you're even trying to just build something and you got something going on, y'all don't know how much that means to people to really know somebody really rocks with you. And it's like, I support you. So, Cajun, I had to thank you first before you can get any word out of your mouth. Because I appreciate you, like, to the moon and back.
Oh, man. You're welcome. You know, pressure is put on me. God. Living up boldly 3 times my size right now. Man. I'm just trying to call and say what's up.
I know. I'm so extra. Look, stuff like I'm the type of person, I do not take stuff lightly at all. And I have a lot of gratitude, especially considering, like Black Introvert is in here. He knows he's a content creator. Like, it can get tricky, like just trying to navigate the ups and downs of like YouTube and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I'm sorry, but I'll let you talk now, okay?
Nah, it's cool. So I understand, because trust me, I've been, like I said, I've been with you for a minute. I get the ups and downs, and YouTube changing everything, and the days we couldn't get a live on.
Right.
Back and funny. And I've been with you. I've seen all the hardship, watched the videos and stuff, seen the posts you have, things like that. But let's get to the top real quick. I'm going to be like, come on, man. Are we gonna be surprised about what LeBron James did? Come on now, this dude foolish, man. Everybody knows this man is. If the dude couldn't shoot a basketball, nobody would give a damn about him. And Pharrell, come on now, Judge O'Brien calling it every day. All it is another attack on black men. They just trying to take us and make us famous. That's all it is, man. It's like I'm not surprised every time I see a new TV show, ABC, NBC, CBS, whatever. The first time to get a positive black role model on there. Gotta make them something out of LGBTQ, RS, TUV, alphabet community. And that's just something that I just kind of came to be like, it's gonna happen like that. That's all it's gonna be every time.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things like, as a black father, man, I'm like, I'm glad I got a daughter, because, black women ain't being attacked like black men. And it's like, God, every time I see it, I turn around, I'm like, man, what's next? What is next? Because they go after the kids and everything. I'm like, they really just trying to take everybody out. Everybody trying to become highly feminine. Not a problem if you're a female, but man, you gotta have a man be a man, because if a war break out, ain't nobody gonna do it for you.
And the thing is, two things I want to say about that, Cage. And the first one is they are attacking us, but it's just in a different way. They're attacking us with the slut culture and the hot girl summer, and they're licking abortion cakes and all this stuff. So we're definitely under attack as well. And then the second thing is that it's funny because you said about like the going to war and all of that, but what a lot of these women don't realize is that y'all are fundamentally hypocritical. You're fundamentally flawed, because you will see when somebody's getting slapped up in a parking lot or being threatened, the first thing they say is, where are all the black men? Well, hell, maybe they felt a little gender fluid today. Maybe they were feeling a little more feminine today. You know what I mean? So y'all need to think about what you're asking for. It needs to make sense. You know what I mean? So if a man is walking across the parking lot and he feels like, well, hell, I ain't no man today, I'm feeling a little feminine, then it's like pick a side. Like pick a side and stay there. You know what I mean? So we really have to look at some of these issues and figure out, like, are we even making sense? Because to me, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, I get you. That's what I was saying too. It's like one of those things. I was like, they keep trying to do this thing where they want, men to be, the savior and all that stuff. But at the same time, when a man try to be a man, compliment a woman or something like that, you want to attack them, stand in some kind of sexual harassment. That's why I'm not surprised that in the UK, man, you see women getting attacked on trains and stuff. And they're like, well, they ain't my problem. They walking off. Why?
Really?
Yeah, man, people don't care no more. It's happening here. Nobody wants to be part of that. Like, I'm not about to catch a charge trying to help a woman who's saying, oh, he grabbed me while he was pulling this other dude off me, and now I feel sexual assault. What kind of stuff is that? I'm trying to save your life, and you gonna do me like that? So it's like, why get yourself in that situation? Just walk away. Now, me being the person I am, I can't just let a woman get destroyed like that.
Right.
I'm still gonna try to help. But at the same time, if she ever tries to throw a case at me, I got some cousins from Louisiana. They'll drop some elbows on them.
Oh, Lord. But that just goes to show how social engineering is so real, because like you said, it's it's literally impacting how we are interacting with people socially. So where that random man would have probably before stood up or been like, oh, let me help her. Well, now if you got all the women saying, well, I'm so strong, I don't need a man, the first thing that's going to come to your mind is, oh, she's strong. She got it. She don't need no man. You know what I mean? So we get so caught up in these slogans and what the media is talking about, and we're not even realizing the implications of that to our real everyday freaking lives. So,
and I'm looking at Red Pill Raven, and she said, that's why chivalry has gone out the window. Man, let's be honest, chivalry is still around. It's like seeing like feminists are trying their best to kill it. It's like men still trying to open doors and be that man for them. And they don't want it. They always want us to get out the way because they can do it all themselves. But nobody's saying you're weak, man. You're just trying to be a gentleman.
Right.
Be the gentleman that you deserve.
Right. It's definitely, chivalry is still there. It's definitely still there, but you have to have the standard for it, first of all. You definitely have to have the standard and have to know what to look for. But it still exists. If you can't find it, come on, get you a good Southern man.
That's where we all at anyway. I know it's getting late. I don't want to keep you up all night. You might have another call or something.
All right. Thank you, Cajun. I think we're going to cap it off on you because you did awesome. That's like a good way to end it. So, but thank you, Cajun.
No problem. Good night, fam. Y'all have a good one.
All right. Have a good night.
Q&A session is over.
So,
goodbye.
Thank y'all, everybody that called. That was so awesome. It went like good, probably, well, I don't know. But anyway, other than Scott calling, being extra, let's not have this next time. But okay, so that went good, y'all. Thank y'all for everybody that called. I may have to do a call-in show. Probably not like every Tuesday. Well, I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna sleep on it and see. Maybe I'll do my lives on Tuesday. I might do a call-in show like every other Friday, or maybe, I might do the call-in show like every other Tuesday or something like that. I'll sleep on it and kind of figure it out. But thank y'all for everybody that called in. Thank y'all for such kind words, y'all. I'm such a I don't know. Anyway, I ain't gonna go there. But thank y'all. Thank y'all for the people that super chatted. Thank y'all for always rocking with me every Tuesday. If it's something that comes up that I want to talk about later this week, y'all will definitely be seeing more videos. If it's something good to address from the debates, I'll do that. But all right, we're gonna call it a night. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the call-in show. Once this ends, you can leave a comment below. Let me know what y'all thought about it. Let me know like how the quality was, if I should do more, if you have any suggestions or feedback, basically. But all right, y'all, have a good night. Bye.